Yes, people, what's good, man? It's your boy
Hey
Ryler.
guys,
Welcome to MGTV. We are live and alive. This is Let's Talk the Real podcast. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please put post notifications on and like the video. Yeah, we've got a good panel here as always. Got my co-host Firms. Got
Yo,
Jamila
yo,
in the
yo.
building. We've got Traps.
hey,
Big
Got
up, big
Traps
up,
on the
big up.
left. Yeah, man. What's everyone saying, man? How's everyone feeling? Sunday, cozy day, chilling. Big up the people in the chat as well. Big up Joshua. Big up. You're on Twitter as well. Big up. If you're watching on Twitch, if you're watching on Twitter, if you're watching on YouTube, just make sure you interact, make sure you comment, like the video. I'm not sure if you can like the video on Twitter, but if you can go onto YouTube and like the video, that would be appreciated. Big up DLM. I need to even shout you DLM as well. I need to shout you DLM. Big up DLM as well. He does all the thumbnails and graphics, some of the graphics as well. Big up Stephanie in the building. WW Mod. Yeah, this intro gets me hyped every time. Yeah, 100%. Big up FNR Beats, Firms, making the beat. And one of our artists, Becky, on the vocals. Big up Kojo. That's the other half of the guy that made the beat. So you got Kojo in the building. You got Firms in the panel. But yeah, man, today we're going to talk about BBLs. Why do females get BBLs? Do some of them regret it after? Are there pros and cons? Like, is it worth it? Obviously, I'm not a female, so I'm just going to talk from a perspective from the outside looking in, from people that I know that have had BBLs, and from just my general perspective of it. But yeah, man, Jamila, I'm going to start with you since you're a female. Like, what's your opinion on this whole BBL, the whole BBLs in general? What's your kind of standpoint
I
on it?
can't be a hypocrite because I remember going to search for surgeons to go and get a BBL. I remember speaking to some of my friends about BBL. I remember watching some of my friends saying, "No, guys, I don't care how I get this money. I'm going to get a BBL." Um, at the time, I don't feel like I was the person that I am now. I was lacking more than self-confidence. I
Okay.
feel like social media played a very big part of my decision. Um, I feel like when you're not at a right like point in your life and you feel like you don't feel like yourself, you feel like basically I felt like I was very lost. And in that I felt like I didn't have my identity. I feel like I just was like, yeah, a BBL will make me happy. Do you understand?
Yeah, yeah.
I tried like listen, even like up to a couple months, I wanted to do natural BBL.
Okay.
I don't know
Yeah,
if you lot
yeah,
heard
we
of
could talk
what
about that
natural
as well.
BBL is.
Yeah. Yeah. We could talk about that. I know
Um,
some people that do it as well.
like it was like I was speaking to my friends and they were like, Jams, I don't feel like you can do that with the kind of work that you talk about, like self-esteem, self-worth. And I was like, no, just because I talk about those things. And I started to realize like me talk about those things, it was a whole facade for me because I was really
Mm-hmm.
unhappy in how I look.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I started to realize like, bro, I can change it myself, do you understand? But my whole aspect was regardless of what, I'm getting a BBL. I'm speaking to loads of my friends about it. And then one of my friends must have said something to me. She was like, I feel like the person I know is not the person you are. And when she said that, it made me think, because I'm talking
Okay.
about self confidence, self worth, like loving yourself, but then I go and get a BBL.
Mm-hmm.
So how am I
So you
contradicting how
feel
I love
like,
myself?
yeah, you feel like there's a contradiction. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just like, so just because I get a BBL doesn't mean I don't love myself. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I remember I went to my brother, yeah, and I was like to him, um, the same way like you pay for these girls to do things for themselves, you should pay for me to get a BBL because I'm unhappy. And he was like, bro, shut up. Like, go to the gym. Like, what are you doing? I'm not your man. I was like, I don't care. Bro, he was just like, you sound like a dickhead. Like, he proper was gunning me. By the time I finished, I was like, bro, I shouldn't have never said anything. I should have kept this whole BBL thing to myself. But I said to my
Yeah.
cousins,
Yeah.
like, yes, I'm getting a BBL. And they were like, okay, Jams, yeah. Like, but I'm telling you, the mindset I would have, bro, I would have been put to them African uncles for the BBL. Not gonna lie.
Oh damn! You just
Like,
really
you know,
wanted it. Damn.
It was that real. Like, I have to be so honest. Like, I can't even come here and cat. Like, we would be, listen, I don't care whose dad it was. This uncle would have been the guy for today. Do you understand? Because I was like, no, I'm getting a BBL. Like, literally. My friends were like, yeah, Jams, do what makes you happy. And at that point, that's what I thought was going to make me happy. And then I realized, even if I get a BBL, my mindset's still going to be the same. So I'm still going to be unhappy because the BBL
Yep.
can't change my mindset. So,
Yep.
but I really wanted to do it. Like I was looking at a natural BBL until like a couple months ago, until like one of my friends, she literally had to sit me down and say, "What natural BBL, bro? It's not natural. It's silicone. How is that natural? Like you're a joke." And then I had to realize like I can't be out here preaching and I want natural BBL.
So you
So
feel
yeah,
like just getting it was basically like it would have been like a contradiction to yourself in terms of the things that you kind of you're an advocate for, but then you doing that will be like it will go against it will basically be a clash.
yeah. And I felt
Is
like
that what
at
you
that
mean? Yeah.
time, yeah, definitely. I felt like I was talking about loving yourself, and now I've gone to change my whole self. Like, so how can I talk about loving me if I can't love me? Do you get it? And if I can't love me, how's that expect anyone else to love me? But in my mind was a BBL would fix everything. I'll be confident. I'll be out here. That would have fixed everything in my mind at that point.
So do you feel like females that get BBLs are insecure about themselves?
To be honest, you that's a mad question. Because some of my brethren, one of my brethren on here is watching and she got a BBL and I don't wanna, yeah, not gonna lie, yeah, I do. I feel like there's something you're
Okay.
lacking. There's something you're lacking. Because if you
Okay.
were so comfortable, you wouldn't have gone to change yourself.
Do you
Okay.
know what it
Yeah.
is? You
So
know, no, listen. I don't even think it's. I don't even think there's always all different kinds of reasons why people get things and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously BBLs is a mad thing because obviously it's dangerous, isn't it? It's mad dangerous and that. But I was just watching some woman. She was talking about she got a BBL and basically when they move all the fat around, basically the fat cells can die. So
okay.
so
Yeah.
so it's not even guaranteed to be a success. That's why sometimes when you see these women with like the mad looking bums, it's because the fat cells have died and it's made it go a bit mad, bit pear shaped and whatnot. Yeah, but the
Mm.
thing is, right? The thing with these things is like some women get BBLs because it's not even that they don't get attention or whatever they're thinking. They want more attention than they're already getting, and the attention that they get and the attention that they want, they don't even want it from people that they know. They want it from strangers. So it's like you said. Remember we were talking about about social media last week.
Mm-hmm.
That plays a big part in it because it's the same with lips and that. It's like when people started with the lip fillers and that. The
Yeah.
lip filler thing just went crazy, and it's like a trend. And what
I'm
will
not gonna
happen
lie, I
is,
did lip fillers as well. I loved it. Like this is how I'm telling you. As soon as I heard it could pump up your lips. I wanted it. I was like, yep, I'm getting this. This is yep. I just wanted it. And when I got it, I was just like, what is this? But I did it, innit?
I find so crazy with that. Yeah, I remember back in the day, people used to get cussed for having big lips. Like,
exactly like remember
people
back
used
in
to
the
get
day.
cussed out, bro. Like,
Back in the day, man, they get called rubber lips and all them thing there. And that. Now,
mm-hmm.
like, it's all mad. Like, people are literally walking around with rubber lips on. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, see society, yeah.
It's not like,
You see society, though, yeah. Like, it's like, bro, like, a lot of people in this world are lost and they rely on things to make decisions for them or to make their lives interesting. So a trend will set on. Like, for instance, someone will do a dance on TikTok. All of a sudden, everyone's doing the dance. Same way, someone famous will get a BBL. Now everyone wants a BBL. There'll be a next thing now that come out. Like, for instance, I see one man that had an operation to make himself taller. Once someone famous does that, it's a wrap for that one as well. So I just think a lot of people get these things thinking that it will make them fit in, it will make them more accepted, it will get them the situation that in their head that they want for themselves. It might not be the best situation or the right situation or even the right attention, but nevertheless, they want to be in a position to receive that regardless. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's definitely the pressures of society that can aid into people making those kind of decisions. Let me go through some of the comments. Big up Hamza in the building. I know your team ain't doing as well as, but big up Hamza anyway. Love, man. Let me know your opinion as well, Hamza, and everyone else. Kojo, DLM, Stephanie, you guys are still here. Joshua, even if you guys want to have it just in the background, just so you can chill and listen to it, just that'll be helpful. Big up Kimberly. She says go Jamila, and she says yes they are. So she's saying females that get BBLs are insecure. And the reason why I'm doing this show as well, I'm going to do a part 2 to this show, and I'm actually going to have a panel with all the females that have done BBLs. And then we're going to kind of take some points from this show, and then we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk to them directly, and we're going to see. It's going to be an interesting conversation. Kimberly says for them to get BBLs, there is something that they're not comfortable with, so they don't have any confidence. Big up Liverpool's 12th man. Big up, it says Ryan on TV. Big up to you and your channel, and congrats on your Everton impersonation. What do you mean? Let me know. Are you talking about my match reaction? Let me know, bro.
He's talking about the way we played.
Oh. Listen, you gotta do what you got. Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm probably gonna try even talk about the game after, but you guys in the comments anyway, let me know what you guys think about what we're talking about. Do you agree with Jamila? What are your personal opinions as well?
Do you know another thing as well? Yeah.
Yeah, go on, Traps.
It could be so simple. Like a girl could be like with a man. Yeah, she could be with a man, right? And the man just could be just one of them guys that's not really interested in her, but obviously it works for him at that time, innit? So he's just there. Then obviously she's doing the most for him. He don't really care for her like that. But never mind, she's doing the love is blind thing. It's fine. Don't worry. I'm gonna change him. All that kind of stuff. And then one day he might just say to her, "Raw, you know what? Yeah, you're just broke, fam, man. You got no bums either. Your ass is flat like a PlayStation." Next thing you know, she gets herself a good job. Yeah, so she's got herself good. She's getting paid now. And first she goes get a BBL just basically it's like revenge
based
for her,
on that. Based on that, literally, that's true.
Based on that little conversation, based on that little argument. That's what I'm saying. There's all kinds of reasons, man. But it's simple. But I just think that people, it's like for instance, it's if you're gonna do these kind of things, I just think that as long as you do due diligence before you do it, then it's right. So think about it. Like, go to people that you know that's had them, or people that's thought about them. Ask them why they got it, why they didn't get it, what would they regret about it. As long as you know what you're signing up for, because at the end of the day, like, you can't be signing up for something and then when it goes left or something happens that you knew was a risk or whatnot, or it didn't make you feel the way it did, or you were expected to feel, then you can't. You have to be prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where it starts. That's when things start to get worse for your mental health. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. No, 100%, man. It's such an interesting topic because, like, yes, we can talk about the fact that things like this have probably been happening for longer, like before so obviously now it's, in a sense, it's more common, it's known, it's openly out there, loads of people are doing it, and people will say, oh yeah, but people have been doing it for a while. I think it's become more of a trend, and not a trend in a disrespectful way, just more of a thing to do. And also, I would also say that people are actually working hard towards saving up money to do it. Yeah. Like these things cost between 5 and 10K, you know? And if you're going to spend that kind of money, I feel like you need to have the good intention behind it. And my opinion, I feel like I know quite a few people that have done it, and like, you've seen the good stories and you've heard the horror stories as well. But I just want to ask a question. So the reason why I mainly kind of want to talk about it, because a lot of people, it's so funny. Like, Jamila made a point earlier, yeah? And I think Kimberly also did. I asked a question and Jamila and Kimberly answered it. And they said that it's insecurity, yeah? And what I've realized is that a female would take that insecurity and say that they want to do it for themselves. And I feel like females don't really... They say it's for them, but it's for them for other people, if that makes sense. I don't think a female goes and does a BBL literally for her personal, like, self-goal or self-confidence, because she's doing it
She's really doing it for the fact that she knows she's gonna look good to the outer world. Because sometimes I hear all of this. Oh, you know what? I just don't feel good about myself, and because I want to feel good about myself, I'm doing it. No, you're doing it so that you can start wowing people and getting people's attention. Whether that's a good thing or bad thing, whether you're gonna make a business out of it or whatever, it's fine. Or for a guy, like Trap said, you're doing it for something. Whether it's a guy or for people, for recognition from guys. You're not doing it for yourself. Like, certain times when I'm doing my like low carb diet, I'm doing it for myself. I'm not doing it to impress someone else. I'm doing it that's my personal goal. So that's why I kind of want to ask that question. Do you really think there's an excuse to say that they're doing it for themselves? I just think that's cap.
No, I don't think so, because I definitely don't think so. And I can tell you, like, from my own opinion, saying I wanted to do it, I definitely think it wasn't just a me thing. Do you understand? I was like, how people gonna see, oh my God.
Perceive you.
Like, I felt like it was a stunt thing. It wasn't even just, it was like, bro, when I come back, I'm brand new right now. No one can tell me shit. You get it? Like, I paid for it. It's my thing kind of thing. But now I look at it, I'm like, bro, it was wild that I was thinking like that. But at that point, that's how I felt. Like, I really, truly, like I said to my friend, I was talking to my friend, and she was like, yeah, girl, I'll follow you Turkey tomorrow. Like, she was all for it. Like, and then when she came back with her body, I was like, I'm glad I didn't go Turkey. Like, I'm glad I didn't go, because that surgeon was not nice.
No, you know what it is as well, though. Yeah, it just depends on your situation as well. Like, you see, if you're say you're rich and you're rich and you're just everything's just calm with you, you're gonna go see the top surgeon, this and the other. Like, you could look at it and be like, you know what, I just want a new body in it. So yeah, cool. But you see, anyone that hasn't got the money and has to save and do things like that to get the money, you are not doing that for your well-being. Do you know? I'll tell you why. Because when you're putting away £300, £400, £500 a month from your wages, and stopping yourself from doing X, Y, and Z, that's you're not doing that for you. Do you know what I'm saying? You're suffering, you're suffering, and to save your money to go and spend it. And another thing is, if you struggled for, say, it took you 18 months to save up your money to go to thingy. If say, for instance, let me ask you this question. Like, say, for instance, you saved up your money to go there, to get your BBL. So you got your 10 grand now. Bearing in mind, you're doing this for you, right? Yeah. If I turn around to you and I said to you, listen, I'll give you 5 bags not to go, on top of what you've got, so you can keep your money and get 5, what would you do?
I would still go.
Well, if I gave you, I would give you 5 bags now.
I would still go. I was so determined. I would still go. I don't care.
I don't think so, man. I don't think.
Interesting.
The way I felt, I proper hated myself. There's no amount of money.
I actually believe her, you know.
There was no amount of money that would make me stop going. My head, do you know, 2 pastors told me that I could die on the 2 pastors. 2 pastors told me that they had a vision that I was going to get a BBL and not survive, and I was still willing to go. My doctor said that. My doctor said my health wasn't, like, I was having health problems, and I was still, in my mind, was going to get my BBL regardless of what the doctor said.
So did you get it?
No.
So why did you get it then?
Because obviously at that time, like I said, so much things, and my whole things changed, innit? Like, things changed. Like, it was a long journey. Remember, I've been talking about this BBL for years, like a good 2 or 3 years, but I was indecisive. Pastors telling me not to go, and then obviously 1 minute I'm like, bro, I want a BBL. Next minute I'm like, I'm comfortable with myself, and then I got to the point where I was like, I don't want it. And it wasn't that I'm lying. This is what happened. I'm lying. Let me not lie. I fell ill, proper ill, and I was just like, after I felt ill, I was like, I need to lose the weight. But when I felt ill, I couldn't eat for a time, like a month or 2, because I had I had a tumor in my throat and tonsillitis. So as this, I was losing the weight, and I was like, fuck this, I can do it without doing surgery. But in my mind was, when I get better, I'm gonna get it done. But like, you know, I'm still working on myself. My mind's getting better. And bro, I've had brethren that got it done and have come to me and mentally told me, bro, I wanted to kill myself because I'm not happy. My body's not where it is. And their man's gone. I've had brethren break down to me and say, Jamila, it's not worth it. Mentally, it's not worth it. I have brethren that showed me.
Yeah. No, go on. After you finish, I'm going to go to the comments.
I've got brethren that showed me that they've got their BBL and their mind is fucked. They are mentally damaged because the BBL didn't fix them.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. Let me go through the comments and then we're going to carry on that point and I'm going to hear what Traps or Firms has got to say in response. I think Firms was saying some stuff as well. DLM says, you know you're blessed when you got a good woman, when you wake up feeling, oh my gosh, how did I deserve this? Kimberly says, but basically you are lowering the woman's standards for her to go and get a BBL, which a man shouldn't do that. You're bringing down her self-esteem to the point where she has to go and get a BBL. It's supposed to be something that a woman wants to do for herself, not a man bringing her down and making her feel low about herself, that she has to go and do a BBL. Basically, the woman is pleasing the man, she's not pleasing herself.
Yeah, but that's one of the reasons why. That's why it's
Yeah. When the man F's off and has gone about his business, how does that work out? And Z says that sounds like Jay. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's what Traps was basically gonna say. It looked like he was gonna say that. Like, if you're doing it for a guy, a guy is not gonna be in your life forever, 100% in it. He might not. So that's what I'm saying. You have to do your due diligence. You know, I know people that have done years of research. They've said it, they've mentioned it, they've gone for consultations. I think, it's called consultations. Yeah. And they've got a long-term plan for it. Like, you know, I know someone that did it. I know a few models. I'm not gonna mention names yet till I get them on the show, but I know a few models that have done it and they've been quite successful from it as well. You know, they've used it in the right way. They've had a good experience. They've made money and a brand from it. So if you've got a long-term plan where you've made an investment for it, you go to the right doctors, you do all your due diligence, and then you can actually have a good kind of result from it, and it actually pays off, then fine. You know, so a lot of people do it to get into the modeling industry, to get certain eyes and get certain attention. And it's becoming saturated to a degree as well. Go on, Jamila.
Can I say something as well? I feel like as well, yeah, I was thinking as well, when I get this done, and my daughter obviously knows how my body looks, she's going to think, hold on, mommy did a BBL. When she's looking up to me, she's going to think, when something's not wrong with her now, she's going to go to a surgeon and fix it because her mum did it.
Yeah. It's the example that you're setting as well. Firms, what do you think? Like, when you said that you believe Jamila, like, what's your kind of standpoint from that? And what's your opinion on the current conversation that we're having?
Like, the reason why, because when, like, obviously females that I know that's gonna got BBLs and stuff like that, they tend to, when they want to do it, they're on it. Like, when it comes to saving up the money, they're saving up quick. Like, they don't really waste any time, really. You feel me? So it's kind of rare to even hear a female like kind of pull out and say, nah, she don't really want it no more. But the ones that I've met, like, come across and they have it, they show me, what they did, saving up, boom, out there straight away. To get what I'm trying to say, so I believe it. And also, I feel like when you see other females with their BBLs and how it looks on them, you kind of vision and think that's good. That's what it's going to look like on you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I feel like that also hypes them up, and them knowing that their body could possibly look like that as well. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Why not? Like, why are you going to pull out of it? Do you get what I'm trying to say? But so it's a. To be honest,
it's mad.
It's interesting because I already got anything against it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But therefore, I'll definitely even say what you were saying. It's definitely not just for themselves. I don't like that point. That point that some females made that it's just for themselves. It's not just for them.
Do you know what it is? Do you know the message that I give for the people, for the people that have that opinion?
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
Just tell him to stop the cap. Stop the cap. You feel me?
Oh, word is
Traps. What was you gonna say?
No, you know, like it's not for themselves anyway. Because if the truth is, if they had to lock themselves, if you was listeners, if you didn't,
Traps. Sorry to cut you off as well. After you say this point, I want to know why you asked Jamila if you offered her 5K and you were so sure that she wouldn't do it. I want you to build up more on that kind of thinking as well. Why you asked her that and why you think she would not do it if you gave her 5K.
But
say your first point first.
You say that, eh?
Yeah,
I just think that that if a female had to stay in the house for 5 years, she's not gonna get a BBL just to sit in the house for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? She's not. If someone said to her, okay, "I'll give you you can have a BBL, but you have to sit in the house for 5 years," she's not gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not because you're doing it for yourself. I mean, if you're doing it for yourself, you'd be happy to sit in the house with a BBL.
Yeah.
No, you want people to see this BBL. You want you want maybe a specific someone or everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not the same. And with the reason why I was so sure with the 5 bags, I think to myself, what you have to remember, you see with these BBLs, a lot of these women, when they think about things like BBLs, they're in a low place. They're not in a high place. They're in a low part of their lives where they think, oh, I need to do something about maybe my weight or maybe my bum or maybe something's they're not happy with. Yeah. Only sometimes when people get BBLs, like for instance, someone might be an aspiring singer and they think if I get a BBL, it might improve my profile. You know what I mean? Or I'm a model, but I'm not really getting the jobs that I want. So let me go get a BBL and that might again boost my profile. I just think to myself that I feel like if you give, like, for the reason why I said if you give you 5 bags and and I think you would say no, because I just think that I just don't feel like it's for themselves, if that makes sense. So I feel like if you made them a better offer, I feel like they would take it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, for instance, like if you met a man, it might not necessarily be a man, but if you meet a man and the man's like, cool, I don't want, like, you really like the man, he really looks after you, said, I don't want you to get a BBL. Are you gonna go? You're not gonna go against it. You know what I mean? If it's a serious relationship, see what I mean?
Can I jump on you? Oh, go, Jamila. I'll say one point after, innit?
Like, let me, like you said 2 pointers when you're in a a low place in life. And when I first came on, I said where I was, that was all. I hated myself. After I had my daughter, after my body changed dramatically, I was like, fuck this, BBL life, this is what I'm doing. Like, there was nothing. I remember when the pastor said it to me, he said it to me like, I was like, I don't care if I die on that table, I die on the table. That was my mentality at that point. Do you understand? After time went on, I was still thinking about it, but it was like, you know, when you think about something, but you're ifing and buying, but you know, eventually this is what I'm gonna do. In my head was like, regardless of if a boy wants to stay or go, I'm getting my BBL. That was me at that point because I was so low. Do you understand? Yeah, and I feel like no relationship, even if you told me you're gonna stay here, cocky is not hard to find. Relationships are not, a relationship is not hard. Do you know what I mean? So if you told me you're gonna leave me because I got a BBL, leave. Because I would have done the BBL regardless. Because that was the mindset I had.
Do you know what though? I'll be real, like, obviously, Jamila comes across as someone who's quite opinionated. And when you're opinionated, you like to know what you're talking about so you can talk your talk. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like you was never getting that BBL. I just feel that you've done your due diligence now. And now you've done your due diligence. You realize it's not worth it.
No, I don't think so, because regardless of, like I said to you, my head was like, I went to remember, I've done the consultant thing, I've sent my pictures, I've done everything, yeah? It was life, like, you know, like certain things as well were coming in place, like, how can I get a BBL when I know, boom, I got to pay for this for school, for my youth. There was bare things that was coming, do you understand? But it wasn't the fact that I wasn't going to get a BBL. It was just at a time, that was not the most important thing. Do you understand? But I knew, regardless of what, I was in my head, I knew I was going to get a BBL. There was no talking me around it. I would have saved up every single penny.
Is it fair to say that at that present moment in time, you wasn't thinking straight?
I said that in the beginning. I said I was low, I wasn't thinking straight, and I wasn't where I was. I said that.
So that's what I'm saying. Obviously, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying, but like I said, you've done your due diligence now. So now you are thinking straight. and you prioritize the thing and a lot of women don't do that. A lot of women just think, I don't care. I need this BBL. Like, I need it. Like, I don't care. I don't care if my phone bill ain't gonna get paid for 3 months.
But how I look at it is,
I don't care to take back the car. I don't care.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. As much as I want a BBL, I'm not workless. Like my daughter is my main. Like I'm not gonna have a bum, and my daughter can't go to after school clubs, or she can't have activities, and I can walk around like I'm brand new. Like that would always come out a window. Like I can't not have food in my house and have a bum. Like I'm not that. I weren't that desperate. I weren't that low in life. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But go on.
For me, I'm not gonna lie to you. All of my brothers was like, Jams, are you sure? Like, I was like, yeah. Like, even the boys that I was talking to, like, all the boys that I was speaking to, I was like, guys, if I'm talking to you, one of you that are paying for my BBL, they were like, are you crazy or something? Like, are you flipping crazy?
I just think, like you have to prioritize things, innit? And a lot of women don't do this. And if you're gonna prioritize it and you're gonna say, right, I need a BBL, like you said, make sure after school clubs are patterned. Make sure, the Dairy Dunkers are on deck.
Man's getting a BBL and my cupboards are empty. Fuck right.
That's what I'm saying. Make sure the petrol tank is ain't living on E. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to make sure.
I'm gonna have to be eating noodles, Indomies, because I got a BBL.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like you got to be sitting in the yard with the jacket on, like me, trying to save some money or some energy. Mad. Because the BBL's taking this effect. That's what I'm gonna say.
No, don't even laugh because God forbid I say this. I met a girl and I was like to her something and she was like, fuck after school clubs, like make yourself feel happy. And I was like, nah, that's when I had to look, my body, my brethrens, and my surroundings. Because remember I told you, the friend that I said to you, when I said I was gonna get a BBL, she was like, yeah, girl, I'll give you half of money. And when you're ready to come back from Turkey, because I want to do my breast.
Jamila.
It was wild.
Jamila. The friend that said that to her, you know what you need to ask her?
Are you normal? Are you normal? Are you normal? Eh?
You need to ask her, is she normal? Is she normal? Listen, big up Lady and Leon in the building.
But do you not understand? You didn't understand. My brethren, she was like to me, because obviously she wanted to go get lipo as well, innit? So she was like, Jams, I got a guy that's talking to, he likes you, his brethren don't mind going half. And I was thinking, this is a wild. Now my man's gonna sponsor me. So now he's gonna think that I'm investing in for the whole of my life.
Oh,
yeah. Wait, hold on a second. What, man, them investing in other girls'
That's what I'm saying. What's the expectation?
Yeah, what do you mean? I know there's ways that I pay for girls' BBL.
See, own you something. What's going on?
That's
the boy was even, he said it to me. He was like, don't worry, I got everything patterned. He was even gonna come Turkey with me. So
he probably runs it. You know what it is?
Is he Nigerian?
I was going to say,
obviously he's Nigerian.
Okay, you know what it is? That man will probably run a business, probably a tax relief on the defense or something. You know what I mean? Like that. I don't know, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, what are you saying? What, Jim Ratcliffe, 25% in
that? No, even like, cause I remember I was saying to him, no, it's not a funny guy. I remember I was saying to him, like, I'm proper scared. And he was like, don't worry, I got your back. Like, literally. And then I was telling my other friend, and she was like, yeah, you got a winner. I was telling my other friend, and she got a winner. When I told my brother, he was like, that boy is a waste man. You're probably never going to talk to him tomorrow because another guy's looking at you. Now he's paying for your whole bum and your life. That's wild.
That's crazy, bro.
That's the question, yeah. That's the question.
Yeah.
Like, what happened, like, because I know man them, I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm speaking for most, but I do feel like I am. Correct me if I'm wrong for use man on here, yeah? But I know man them love a woman that walk out and goes gym. What's wrong with a girl just going gym, working out, looking good and looking sexy in every angle and having a natural thing? Because I know.
No, I'm not gonna lie, gym is so uncomfortable. It is so uncomfortable. Like, why are you going gym and why is people talking to you? Bro, I came here to work out. Now you got someone looking like he's thirsty and hungry on the other corner. Yeah, Jamila, I already got insecurities. He's making it even worse.
Jamila, come on.
Because now he's staring.
You gotta be honest with this one. You got to be honest with this, man. Listen, yeah, there's women gyms you can go to. You can go to women-only gyms and that now. Yeah,
Women-only
listen,
classes.
listen. Let me tell you what it is. Yeah, let me tell you what it is. Yeah, with these girls, it's fuck the gym. I want to see results today. I want to see it now.
You know, it is. No, I feel like it was fast results for me as well. It was. I knew that if I go to Turkey, I'm coming back in a month. I'm gonna be looking what? I didn't want to go gym and what suffer for what?
Jamila, can I ask you a question?
No, it is because from
you can.
Yeah, I'll speak from my perspective. When I see a woman go gym, yeah, because it relates to her mindset. You see what I mean? So as the man, them, we're looking at she looks after herself, which means she's got a stronger mindset. So I know that she don't mind a bit of hard work because that can transfer into a relationship when it's a bit rocky and stuff. I know she's gonna be switched on. She's gonna be on it. She's gonna be thinking about herself properly. Do you know what I mean? She's not gonna be quick results now. It's like she's switched on. I know for me, I'm looking at her going raw, fair play. Now don't get me wrong, that's not all women. Because some women go there just for they got issues, they got trauma, and that's their release. Do you know what I mean? That's like any human. I get that. But overall, from a man looking at a woman in the gym, we know if she's got a healthy mind and she's looking good with the body as well, it's banging. Whereas if she goes and gets a quick fix, I look at that as respectfully, you're wearing your insecurities on your arm, and when you get about 50, 60 years old, I'm going to be looking at this perfect batty with some chopstick legs and it's looking mad. Like, and I'll be honest, I'm not trying
some of them look crazy, you know.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it just, and for me, I'm thinking it's short term for a moment, but then that to me screams, and again, this is not me knocking insecurities. I have them, everyone has them, it's normal. But what I'm saying to you is, if I'm trying to find a confident woman to raise my child, let's say I had a daughter, I want her to look at her mom and go, yeah, you got to work hard for stuff, man, and be a representation. Not, if you feel a type of way, skip the hard work and go to Turkey, do a thing, and then mash up your body. I'm not trying to see that personally. Now, there'll be man out there that love that. So I'm just speaking for me, like one out of how many of a billion men. But I can be honest. It's more attractive seeing a woman go gym, look after herself, and have a man there and support her. Go, yeah, man, let's go get your goals. Do you know what I mean? Smash it that way. That's just me, though.
Do you know what
I can be honest? Like I said to you in the beginning, I was more than lacking self-confidence. It was self-hate, self-hatred. It was. I feel like I was in a very vulnerable place in my life, and I feel like there was so much that I needed to work on, and I literally thought that was going to help me. And I'll just be very honest.
How do you look at it now in hindsight? Like, what do you think?
I feel like like I said to you, until a couple of months, I was thinking, Safeway, let me do liquid BBL because it's natural. Do you understand? So it was for me. I think it's even taking me long because I have my days where I'm like, Jams, you're okay, and then I have my days like, Jams, just go gym. Like, and I have my days where I got a personal trainer and I was like, bro, am I even going to use him? Is it worthwhile? But I feel like as I'm learning more about myself and I'm kind of starting to kind of love who I am, it's becoming easier, but it's still a journey. And I wouldn't say that I'm 100%, I'm the confident, like I'm as confident as I would want to be, but I'm getting there.
Yeah. Jam, can I ask you a question just quickly? Because I know, Traps, you wanted to say something as well. You know, like I seen a video recently of people posting up the dangers of it, and obviously like women that have died from, obviously and correct me if I'm wrong, I could be quite ignorant to it. You're slicing open quite large parts of the area of the body, and it's very dangerous and stuff. Did you say you've had a BBL? Is that what you said?
No, I said I wanted to get one. And even when two pastors told me, like literally, I could die on a table. People were saying that they had visions that I wasn't going to wake up.
That's what I was going to say. What do you think about that? Because obviously, like, I think a lot of
I didn't care at that point. I was like, if I die on the table, I die on the table. That's how I felt.
Oh, you know what it's like, yeah? Do you know what it's like, yeah? I don't know if you man ever smoked cigarettes before, like. I don't know if you lot smoke or not, yeah?
Have done
that, But it's like when you see smoking kills on the thing, bro. Man, don't give a fuck about what it's saying on there. I want to smoke,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the addiction in it, man. So
But I said to you, when you get to the point where you're so low, that nothing around you, everything seems cloudy, and you feel like, bro, like you feel like I just want a quick fix. I don't want to work for it. I just want I just want to do it now. Like I just want to feel myself again. And that's how I felt. Like I remember, like I said to you, a lot of my friends were getting BBLs around me.
Okay.
So it was just like an influence that Ross, she did it. Man. She seems happy. And then when I spoke to some of my friends, they were like, bro, Jams, I'm the most lowest point in my life right now, even with my BBL. So it started to make me realize that I'm not the only one feeling like this.
No, I rate. You know what? Is it Jamila? I don't want to get it wrong. Yeah, no. First and foremost, I respect your story, your personal one, because
honesty,
you seem to be able to at least still hold yourself to a level. And I think the highlight. I work with young people, who, again, have similar mental outlooks on themselves and life and stuff. And the sad thing, but the most inspiring thing about it is you just mentioned about you were feeling so low, so you did something. But I always look at it and go, well, what if you were feeling so high? Would you make that decision? And really and truly, what is that? What is that?
I definitely feel like if I was in a man from that was now, like, and it's taken me so long to get there, would I think about it? Be like before, like I said to you, if you said to me, Jams will be going on dates with African uncles to get the money for BBI, I would have went. Like I would have went. But if you now ask me now, I'll be like, fuck that. Someone's whole uncle. Do you know what I mean? But at that time, I didn't care. I was gonna get the money. Like when the boy was gonna give the offer, I would have took it up.
Can I ask you another question on top of that before someone else lands and whatnot? Do you, obviously, you just mentioned about when you're feeling so low, how you feel, but now you're different. Do you think you're a better person now than you were then in this sort of area in terms of your improvements?
Definitely. I feel like I'm more confident, and I actually like it. I think it's taken me so long to understand who I am. I feel like before I was so lost, like I was a mother, I helped the community, I was working with everybody else. I felt like it was like, I didn't know who I was. Like who was Jamila? Like I feel like I lost my identity through so much things, with trauma, with life, with everything. And I literally didn't know who I was.
No, fair play to you.
I can ask one thing. I don't want to. We're taking over. This is the takeover. You get me? No, I just wanted to ask. I just wanted to ask, like a lot of the people I take inspiration from in my family are women. A lot of people don't know my mum's black in it, so like the strong people in my family are all black women who are, a lot of them are single as well, so have a different kind of perspective from that cultural standpoint. Do you know, like how old are you at the moment, if you don't mind me asking?
29.
Okay, so this is perfect. So like, do you feel like as a woman, like the older you get, well, anybody, but as a woman, a lot of women who are my friends turn around and say like the older they get, the less relevant and the less choices of men they feel like they've got with the younger women and stuff like that in society. Do you feel like the social pressures of like not trying to keep up with, but like other women
maintain your youth ultimately?
Yeah, like, or other women, like the way that men are looking at younger women, they can go to the club, get a girl with a BBL, and it's maybe easy. Do you know what I mean? Like, and do you feel like that plays a lot in women's decisions to get these? Whether like,
I feel like I feel like it does. I feel like because obviously I even like the other day was saying this before to someone. I thought by 30 I would have my husband, I would have my life. Like I had it all patterned. You understand? Like. And we, like, sometimes society shows us certain things, and you feel like it has to happen or this is how it needs to be. But reality, this is not how it goes. So I felt like, I had the pressures of, yes, bro, if you looked better, everything would fall in place.
Yeah. Do you know another thing that I find mad as well, It's that, like, you know, all of these things, like, if you got that A1 credit, right? You can go and you could go get this all on like credit, like, you know, like
everything.
Everything. You go get titties, you go get a BBL, you could go get lips, whatever you want,
anything,
veneers, and you get it all on a pay monthly bundle for whatever, So if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, just remember this, at the end of every month, that payment is still gonna have to be made, whether you've done it for a man who's left you or you've done it for this. And you know what I'm saying? When the struggle, like, I just feel that what people do, if you're sacrificing things to get this, it's not just your life, but you're sacrificing like your liberty, like how you're living, then if it's going to affect you mentally, especially if it doesn't achieve like what you want it to achieve. Do you know what I'm saying?
But
bro, Traps is bang on, man. You bang on, bro. One of the things I say to young people, as I said, we have to understand, you have to be careful, man. I said a lot of people try to deal with internal issues externally, and I said it's a lie that we've been told, man. We subconsciously go to external things and think it will fix our internal. It won't.
You know what it is,
the internal
exactly the point I raised earlier. And with Jamila, let me quickly get Firms in because Firms has to go in a couple minutes as well.
Yeah,
man.
Large up Firms, man.
You got
Nah, come on, man. Big up the man, though, man.
Studio calls.
Studio calls.
What are you telling us, fans, man? What have you got to say before you head out, my broski?
Yeah, no, I was agreeing with the whole gym thing as well, man. I feel like, but do you? The biggest point I want to make here is, I wanted to ask everyone: do you think there's enough information out there for females before
this
they go?
Is exactly where I'm going.
To get, I'm trying to say, shouldn't there be a bit more people out there giving advice? I know there's a lot of females that make videos and my BBL went wrong and all these type of things for what you need to look out for, but is there enough things around kind of educating females on that?
Enough resources to give that more awareness into the pros and the cons.
Can I just say something as well? Sorry to interrupt you. It's peak because you know when I go on my Instagram now, yeah? Do I call it vultures? You know, like now you see the clinics and everyone's walking in looking happy in Turkey and the woman comes out really happy and all that. These breeders are preying on it. Do you know what I mean? You ever watch that show? Is it Botched or something where the guy's going in there like, yeah, we can fix your nose and like these breeders are literally preying on it because they just want to make bands, and it's peak, man. It's preying on women.
It's not good at all. Still, you know what I'm saying? I definitely feel like there needs to be more, like you're saying, Randall, more resources out there for females to be educated. And if you're a female and you're watching this, you're thinking of getting one, go do your education first and educate yourself on what happens, what you have to go through.
Do you know what though? There should be like if you're getting a loan out, or if you ever get a loan, or you have to do a means test,
terms and conditions and all that.
You have to do a means test. There should be some kind of like, if you want a BBL, you should have to go for an appointment and answer some questions. And
I think they do have to do that though. There's some sort of like mental process they have to go to make sure that they can mentally handle it. But I feel like what we're discussing is more of a thing where there needs to be specific awareness in certain ideas of it going wrong and like good and bad examples and other people that have gone through it too as well. Is that what you're talking about?
How many Traps might be right? How many bando places just do it and don't do the thing?
You know what's mad as well, yeah? What Traps is saying, he's bang on, but then what I would say the counter is that, and I've seen it within the youth system when they're doing like, because like right now, Traps, we're getting people where some of the young people want to change their identity. They're like 11 years old, fam, 12 years old.
That's what I'm saying. That's where it all starts from, though.
And so on some of these things, bro, there's a piece of paper where they have to have counseling and they have to go through sessions to say, are you sure this? Now, anyone can answer those questions if they say, right, if you make sure you know these questions, if someone's gone through that process and they're so hell-bent where they're not logically thinking that this is what they want, no matter what, then they'll try their best to answer it in a way that passes the mark rather than let me answer this honestly. So some people bypass these things already. It's crazy, man.
It's mad. Yeah, but it's like our manager, bruv. You know, he faked his way. I
can't relate.
Sorry, Mr.
Top of the league. That's
not
top of the league.
This guy, you know, the way he's running.
Sorry, Traps. What was you gonna say, Traps?
Traps cooking Traps.
Like, do you know what it is? Yeah, it's like you see, like for instance, say you got a place that's like, how many times you've been in a place where they say things like, "Oh, well, we're supposed to do this, but you're all right. We'll just get rid of that bit for a minute."
You know what
I'm saying? So it's like,
give them an extra change in that.
But what I'm trying to say is that there should be like, reasons like monetary, but like for instance, are you getting a BBL for monetary value? If it's like, yes, I have a modeling career or I have a music career, all right, cool. Provide some evidence. You can't just say, because I feel like I want a fatter bum. Because why do you want a fatter bum? If they start saying, I don't know, because obviously I'm a bit insecure. No, you can't have one. Simple as that. You can't have one. Like, them kind of things, that's where they should be banning them, things like that, for insecurities and things like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like a BBL, because you have to remember, BBLs come from like celebrities and things like that. This, like I said again, they just get it because at the end of the day, they might have a multi-million-pound deal. They might say, listen, we want you to model this thing, but listen, you need to get a BBL because we need you to fit this and this, that, and the other. At the end of it, they're collecting 3-4 million down the road, 3-4 million quid.
But you have better surgeons as well.
And they're getting, yes, I'm saying, and they're getting the top of the top surgeons, top surgeons, that are gonna do this. But these people are sitting there, they're looking at these BBLs from these rappers and these people that have got them, and thinking, oh yeah, all right, cool, flipping. flipping, what's his name from flipping Stavros from flipping Turkey, yeah, is gonna flipping do the same job. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's crazy. I think what you're saying is a very good point. I feel like there definitely has to be a balance between the financial aspect of affordability and the mentality as well. Because at the end of the day, if you know you can't afford it and you're getting it for a dumb reason, then maybe we can push towards that narrative. But at the same time, you have to be careful with that, because if you got money and you got a strong mentality and you don't have a good reason for it, you just want to do it because you want to do it, who are we to say no at the same time? You know what I mean?
Think about it though, Rhino, yeah? It all starts with this. Anyone that's going to Turkey for a BBL doesn't have the money for it anyway, because you can get it done right here, right now. Here.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, because people
no,
go there
Harley's
because
not
it's
actually,
cheaper.
because if you see the video about Harley, they're not actually 10 out of 10 because they made someone's body go thing. So it's not just Turkey. London can do it too.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they're any better. I don't think that. I'm not saying they're any better because it's been proven that some people go to Turkey and have a great time with the dentistry that goes over there and whatnot. It all goes well, but at the same time, people are only going over there because they're looking for the cheapest option.
Payment plans and all that.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, if you're looking at it like this, you are going to change your body forever, but you are looking for the cheapest option. I see something, and it was
say that again. Jesus Christ, say that again.
Yeah, proper.
When you said that.
When you deep it,
my God.
Yeah.
No, but think about it. I hear where you're coming from, but you're just thinking, bro, I want to get it done. Yes, I probably can't afford England. I'm gonna go Turkey. They can do the same job.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, like I said, you're looking for this, like you're changing your body forever, and like you're looking for the cheapest option. It doesn't make. I see something the other day. I can't remember how it went, but he was like, "Do you want a fast job, a fast job, a good job, or something else?" And he was like, "If you want a fast job, it won't be good, and if you want a good job,
yeah.
That's what I'm saying." So. At the end of the day, if you're going to...
I don't agree with this because bare people's wife have BBL. Sorry.
No, I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying putting Turkey
No, I'm
down
reading the comments. Sorry.
Oh,
yeah, we're gonna get to the comments in a minute.
And you guys, I gotta go and I gotta shoot off quickly. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got friends, man.
See you
later.
Everyone, man.
Good luck, man.
Gonna be locked in, man. Appreciate it.
Let's see if you can win.
Big up firms though.
Yeah, no, I just think that these things that they're not. Then, like I said, people the way they are marketed, they are targeting people that don't have the money,
exactly,
and they're in certain states of mind. Do you understand? And like I said, if you had the money, like I said, a rich woman wakes up tomorrow and says, "I want to get a BBL." She's gonna go into Harley Street and pay 10, 15, 20 grand to the surgeon that's the best known surgeon in X, Y, and Z. Like I said, she's not gonna go see. I'm not gonna disrespect them again, but yeah, over there, I go over there, I get it done. And like I said, at the end of the day, it's like you know what I'm saying. It's like when you're looking for a car, it's like, am I looking for a runaround? Yeah, a little cheap runaround, or am I looking for a car that's got X, Y, and Z? You know what I'm saying? That it's the same. You apply the same logic to it, innit? So I just think that if you're gonna shop for something that you're gonna have for a long time, or something that's going to be like, for instance, like a changing your body or whatever, you can't be looking for the cheapest option because that's all you can afford, because that should tell you that should tell you everything you need to know. If I'm looking for the cheapest option and I have to go here, don't get me wrong, some people say, oh, you get a holiday out of it and it's cheaper and it makes sense, and it does make sense to a certain thing, but at the end of the day, like I said, it's not like you're going to fucking get your teeth done. Do you know what I'm saying? Get your teeth done, for instance, is completely different. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, going there and getting your whole, like, you've seen the effects of these things. You've seen what can happen. I'm sure they make you sign some disclaimer shit about if you die in that, it's not their problem.
Yeah, of course, that'll be in this.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
You know what's mad, Traps, as well, yeah? It's sad because we probably all look at this, yeah, because we're all like, I'm guessing we're all like 28, 29, 30 plus or whatever. I'm guessing all of us here, do you know what I mean, yeah? And like, I don't recognize the generation who are like, what? Why are you laughing? Oh, I think it kind of. You know what it is? I don't recognize the generation that are even 4, 5, 6, 10 years younger than us, because they don't. You see, like the way you're talking now, you're thinking about decisions that you're making, but a lot of the young people don't. and then they're realizing later. And that's the sad thing that people are preying on with the way they're advertising these things out there. So you're right, man. That's the reality. People just get it done without thinking.
Just to answer Pretty Baby's question, obviously the cast is generally guys. We've got a lot of females but some of them are hiding, And also, like I said earlier, for those that don't know, I'm going to do a part 2 with a all-female cast that have all done their BBLs, and we're going to get their experiences and stuff, because obviously I'm in the music industry, and I've got a lot of personal friends that have done them, and people in the industry that have done them. And I would say mainly good stories. I would say probably majority all good stories. I know a few bad stories as well.
No, we want to hear the truth though, right now.
No, everything's real. So let's talk the real. So we're going to talk about it.
I want to hear the stories.
What you say, Naja, you're on mute. Yeah, trust me. We're gonna go for it.
The
trust
balance,
me.
Man. You gotta bring the
balance.
Man.
Yeah, 100%. Let me go through the comments though quickly. Big up Kimberly. She says if it don't stop the guy from cheating on you and leaving you, it don't change nothing. Getting a BBL. She also says sometimes a man who's got a woman with a BBL still leaves that woman and cheats on that woman with a smaller bodied woman. That's true. That does happen. Jams as well. I normally have to put my disclaimer before I put Jams' comments, because Jams always comes out with some crazy stuff. Let me put out my disclaimer. Big up Jams though, my guy. But why don't women who want BBLs just go to the gym and work on their body and fix their diet? Most women with BBLs are lazy and want attention from men. Most men want wife or chick with a BBL. I think Jams also says here, they will have sex with her, but it is with women. But that is with women with BBLs. So women with BBLs are in the sex only category. You know what? Let me start that. I'm gonna go back to that in a second. Big up Michael as well. BBLs is like a guy getting a hair transplant. Do it for yourself only. Respect yourself, or you will never get a real man. I actually agree with that. If you're doing it in a sense, if you're doing it in a sense where you're just doing it for like a reason that just has no like substantial kind of substance. It's got there's no deep reason to it. You're just doing it for the sake of it. I feel like I said earlier, make sure you do your research and then have a long-term plan for it as well. Give me a sec, Jamila. Let me go through these comments though quickly, yeah, and then you can say what you're gonna say after. Kimberly says, I totally agree with Traps. That was for a point you made earlier. Michael says, I'd rather have a flat-chested girl, but she respects herself and is only interested in one man and having a family than a hot, wild woman. Not to say all women that do it don't respect themselves and are not saying as well, but I get.
Yeah, but that's the kind of stigma. That's the kind of
stigma. Yeah,
that's the stigma that comes with it, and that's when I was talking about the attention that they want. It's not necessarily good attention. Yeah.
I'll even start that on. We'll go back to that and talk about the stereotypes and stigma as well. That's Kimberly agreeing with a few points that Michael's made and people in the chat. Big up my guy Monte from America, my guy. Kimberly says, but Jamila, going to Turkey to get a BBL, you're going to be suffering from the pain that you're going to be feeling often. I think Traps said that, and I think Traps must have made a point like that. And big up Pretty Baby as well. Let's talk about being drafted to the war. Hey, listen, we might have to talk about that, when certain people are not ready for certain conversations. And that's what I'm saying. I like to have people that will suggest things for us to talk to.
What war? What are you
suggest things. No, I think I'm just taking an example of just sometimes talking about those uncomfortable conversations and things that may or may not happen. So that's where what I've got from that comment. But I would like more people to throw in suggestions in the comments, because I like to interact with the viewers, and you guys, I like to hear you guys' opinion as well. Kimberly said, Firms, I don't think so. This is before Firms left, obviously. But Traps, what was you going to say? Actually, Traps, quickly say what you're going to say on that comment. And then Jamila, you go back to what you was going to say before. No, before when actually no, you said what you said. You spoke about the stigma, and we're gonna go back to that. Jamila, what was you gonna say earlier?
I remember even I think when we first started this year, we had a conversation and we were talking about like pressures, yeah, and we were talking about this, pressures family society, members. Yeah. I think even family members, like my brother. I even said my cousin sometimes, if you don't know who my cousin is, you know he's very opinionated, especially on weight and certain things he says, yeah? There's times that we've had conversations in the house,
he's normally on the panel.
We've had certain conversation in the house, yeah? And he's not even realized that my brother said certain things and they've not even realized that they've made us feel away because we're bigger, do you understand? And they've just said it in numerous, out in the open,
Normal
like, raw,
passing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I've just taken from it, like, raw, even like they're like, raw, sis, I'm not even trying to be rude or nothing, but you know, certain things you can do. And all this is said is like, bro, I wanted to do BBL. You're even pushing me to do it because you're saying certain things. In my head, that's how I took it. Like, their comments wanted me to push it more. Because, like, even my family members are now making comments like, well, you know, bigger girls are not even, do you know what I mean? Until you start realizing, bro, they have some own insecurities themselves.
You know what though, Jay?
Facts.
The way men perceive criticism, like, and I don't think women appreciate it. Like when you look at it and step back out of it, like if you just like to start sitting in a football stand, you're watching the whole game and the fans and the manager and everything, yeah, rather than being on the pitch. You come off the pitch, step in the stands, yeah. From a man's perspective, us men, we get rejected 24/7 so easily, and we're always we've just grown in a culture where, listen, if my brethren needed to lose weight because I'm saying, bro, I've known you from time. Let's say one of my athletes friends, yeah, bro, you're falling off. You're still trying to compete, bro, but now you stop training this, bro. I'm either going, what's going on with you, or get yourself in the gym. Come, we're going gym. Like, and he's taking that as love because we're real with each other. Whereas I don't believe female friendship groups are as honest with each other because they don't actually they more protect feelings as opposed to protect reality, if that makes sense. So we live, and this isn't to say this is not, again, I don't like the delusional chat, I don't respect that, but we live technically more in reality terms when shit hits the fan because we want to find solutions. We don't want to protect our feelings. Do you know what I mean? So your family member that's saying what you're saying, he most definitely wasn't trying to disrespect you, but he was giving it to it as a brother, going, raw, you know what, you've actually got a point there. And then sitting down going, well, how can I help you? And that's what we as man them do. We keep it 100, whereas women don't tend to do that in their circles. They will actually more so hide the reality, or this is what I find anyway. They hide the reality and protect your feelings, knowing that protecting your feelings and actually helping you. And I think this is why a lot of women who do have male friends turn to their male friends more than their female friends.
True.
And I think like why a lot of men, when we check a woman out, we check her circle because we want to know how their circle's moving, because we will know if your circle's moving mad. If, let's say, again, hypothetically, not us, but let's say I was dating you, yeah, and everyone was sick and I get to meet your friends and you get to meet my friends. If you check my friends, I guarantee you the 3 friends that I roll with, yeah, they're the type of friends that will cuss me if I'm wrong and say, you know what, Jay cooks for you, she's respectful to you, you got a good woman there, you need to go sort it out. Yes, she may be this, but you need to go handle it this way. They would back you more than they would back me at times. And that's what you need as a man, because sometimes when you're emotional and you're vexed, you need someone to speak for your woman. I would need your friends to speak for me if you're messing up. If they don't do that, they're going to bodge our relationship up. And I know most men, or I feel most men, are always wary about the type of women that their friends have, because their friends will tell you about the woman you're going to bring home. And if they aren't keeping it real with you and allowing you to actually go, rather than, how can I put it, rather than enable your insecurities more, rather than you actually working on them and doing the hard work, like you've said, you've had to take some time out and put the work in. So for example, let's say one of your friends encourage you to do the path that you're on at the moment, we were looking at that friend going, raw, real one. Whereas most of your friends probably wouldn't have encouraged you to go on the path that you've chosen to go on and build yourself over a long period of time. They would have encouraged you to go get your BBL. And that's the difference with us, man. Then we keep it 100.
It's telling you what you want, what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Listen, you know what's mad as well?
I got a chip in it, but listen, pleasure to jump on with you, man, as always.
Big up Leon, man.
Big up Leon.
Come on.
Same for me, man, but I'm going to stick around for Traps' point and then bounce.
Yeah, Jamila, big up for opening up about the way you feel and
thank you.
Experiences and all that. Do you know what I'm saying? And like, obviously, Rhino, let me know when you're doing the full female panel thing. Obviously, man will watch that, and that's going to be
most definitely. Most definitely. We're going to close out in a few minutes anyway.
Yeah, can't safety, man. Safe.
Nah, big up Leon, man. Make sure you guys subscribe to Unleash Sports as well, and also FNR Beats on YouTube and Twitch. Make sure that you guys follow and subscribe to that on YouTube and Twitch. Go on, Traps.
Do you know what's mad as well? Yeah, about these girls as well. Yeah, even your friends and that. You know, these girls that are friends, that they're bearing competition with each other. You know, so it's like, bro, she got a BBL, so I need to get one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's no other ifs or buts or baby. It's just like they slightly hate on each other. You know, like
they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true, man. Traps a banger. We literally tell man straight to the face, like, we go back and forth in the chat. You will tell me how you feel. Safe. I'll tell you how I feel. I respect it from a man's perspective. It's like you keep it. That's you 100. You're not back. You're not slying on it. You're not trying to protect my feelings. You're just saying it how it is and try to come to a conclusion whether you agree or disagree. It is what it is. Girl them will be like, oh, I really like your shoes, really like your dress, and then two twos, the same girl that are in that same room, they're having a conversation next week saying, oh, them shoes she had, I told her about them shoes. I showed her them she shouldn't be wearing them shoes. I'm saying that, bro, if you bought a coat, it's that coat you're wearing, and I saw it last week, oh, bro, I saw that last week, man. I'm going to cop on as well. You'd be like, yeah, sick. Take Ty, bro. Yeah, that snooty thing. All the man them have got snooty now. We're gassed. We're like, yeah, sick. Like, squaddy. Gally does not like that, man. They just, the
I actually agree. I was actually agree with that because we were having a conversation the other day, and it's like, you know, when something shit hits the fan, and everyone's like, yeah, I was gonna tell you, but I knew you wasn't gonna listen. No, you could have opened your mouth and told me, but you fully didn't. Like, we were talking, like, we were just having a conversation, and they were like, Jams, you know, you wasted 5 years of your life with this boy in jail. And I was thinking, hold on, are you not the same ones around me that were when I was putting up pictures saying, you don't look cute? Some of you that were like, nah, Jams, you sound like a waste girl. But some of you that were all watching man's child while I went to visit. So it was just like, don't lie.
Mad.
That's what I'm telling you. A girl will take we look after your youth when you go to visit, and then when they'll be telling their man, they'll be telling their man, this fucking fool guy down the fucking thing all the time, like some idiot, bruv. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Facts. Listen, I've got to bounce, man. It's been an absolute pleasure to jump on. I know it was unintended, but it's been nice, man.
Big up Neji. Big up Neji.
Chaps, love always. Rhino, you already know. Jim, it's absolute.
Bye.
Jamila, it's been a pleasure to speak with you. Big up yourself for opening up and doing your thing, man. And chaps, keep doing your thing, man. Rhino, keep doing the channel, man. It's sick. And I'll see you, man, Wednesday. Gonna be heat, bro. Bring it. Let's go. Big ups.
No, Rhino, you need to do the thing with the boys in jail. Why do girls fall in love with boys in jail? You need to do that next one.
Listen, I know why. I know this, you know. But listen,
no, you actually don't.
Listen, you see,
we actually know. Do you know? Sometimes we actually feel like, just because remember when a boy goes jail young, you. Huh? You're not mute. You can't hear him. He's mute himself.
I'm on mute. Oh my days. All this time I've been on mute. Basically what I was saying is the reason why I put Traps and Jamila in the background is because I was saying that I want to save all our opinions till next week. Let's save all our opinions to next week, because we're going to have a deep conversation about relationships in prison, whether it's the man that's in prison and the female that's on the outside, and vice versa. Females that are in prison and the man that's on the outside. And I put Jamila and Traps in the background because I wanted to save their opinion because they were about to talk. And I know how this show goes. Once someone starts talking, then someone says something, then we're going to spend 10 minutes talking about it. So let's save that for next week, Sunday, where we talk about that. Let me finish this comment quickly. So society has a very instantaneous culture, and you may get a BBL, which is expensive, and there's no after thought about maintenance in the future and what happens to the skin as we get older. And this is what I want to talk about. There needs to be more awareness. When we was talking earlier and firms raised the point about awareness, there needs to be more awareness raised as into the aftercare. You know, what's going to happen 2, 3, 4 years down the line, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? How is the BBL going to affect you? How is it going to change? How do you maintain it? How expensive is the maintenance, like Beautiful Smiles here says, you know? So there needs to be a lot of awareness brought to the aftercare. And we're going to definitely talk about that when I get the female panel on as well. You can't say merely good stories if you know they're really telling the truth. No, when I spoke about the good stories, it's mainly good stories that the people that I know that have done them, they're successful in what they do, and it's aided to that. The examples, the bad examples, I don't really have a lot. Obviously, you can go online and you could talk about botched jobs and you could talk about jobs that went wrong. But I think there's only 1 or 2 people that I know. In terms of regret, there's a lot of people that might say they regret it. But in terms of it going wrong, I don't really have a lot of bad stories that I personally know. Like all the females that I know that have done them, they're successful within what they do, whether it's modeling, whether it's being an influencer, whether it's anything to do with image, they're successful with it. Some of them might have second thoughts and regrets and wish that maybe they went about it differently or done it differently, but I don't really have a lot of negative stories that I personally know. Obviously, they could talk about the good and the bad that they haven't shared with me. There's probably experiences that they have personally, you know, stress, mental state, finance and whatever, that they can now come to and say, okay, you know what, Rhino, after I did my BBL, after 1 year, I was mentally in a dark place, or I regretted it, or I spent too much, or I went broke, or whatever. So from what I've seen in terms of what they've done to their bodies and how their careers have, you know, gone even further in a positive way, they're good. You feel me? They've been there. They've done what do you call it? They've done successful photo shoots, video shoots. They've done a lot of things in their life that the BBL has helped them with. So that's what I'm talking about. Oba says I got a booger in my nose. Have I got a booger in my nose, man? I don't think I got a booger in my nose. Hey, big up. That's over. But females, they're too sensitive to tell them something for their own good. They start taking it personal. And Kimberly, what you're saying is right, because that's why I always say, like, when it comes to females being emotional, it kind of imbalances the conversation sometimes, because instead of having a sensible, rational conversation, it's now being taken personal, and it's now a thing where, okay, you know what, I'm going to start getting a bit defensive with certain things. But at the start of all my shows, when I know that the conversation can go that way, I like to set a disclaimer, and I like to kind of tell everyone to remain objective and sensible and respect everyone's opinions. You know, even if someone says something you don't like, just chill and let's have a sensible conversation about it. But Kimberly, you're right, 100%. But big up Kimberly. Make sure you guys are all liking the video, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure that everyone new here from YouTube, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you've got post notifications on. If you're watching on Twitter, make sure you're liking the video and you're watching comments. I think Twitter, you can watch it back as well. If you're watching on Twitch, big up yourselves, leave a comment. Make sure you leave a like in the video. There's also memberships. You can check in the description for that as well. So make sure you lot are liking the video, subscribing. You got post notifications. And if you're watching this on the replay, I want to see some comments in the chat. Let me know anything that we missed out. And I know we didn't have a lot of females today, but a lot of people weren't available. So I'm going to do a part 2. I might do a part 2 of this with females that haven't done BBLs, and then I'll do another part with females that have, or I might do a mix. But we're definitely going to get a more of a female perspective. But listen, man, make sure you guys tell a friend to tell a friend, yeah? Make sure you're subscribing. It's your boy Rhino, and until next time, we are out. This is Let's Talk the Real podcast. Thank you for watching. We are out. Peace.
But that ain't my story. I won't say sorry.